Caitlin Clark's signature shoe could be $100 million business. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all your support as always. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19, the Fever Star. Now, it wasn't the signature shoe yet, but we have a time frame on that. That is coming. But the Fever Star, for those who don't know, her own player edition of the Nike Kobe V Protro released in Fever colors. Woo, woo, sold out within minutes. Yes, that's right. And yeah, they had a few more available than they did for Asia Wilson's signature shoe. And I think Nike is, now that they actually have a timeline for the Caitlin Clark signature shoe, they're starting to change things up just a little bit with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's signature shoe, first signature shoe, might still be a year away. Absolutely wild. Although they try and justify it, they want to rewrite history. But insiders say it could be worth $100 million. This is absolutely insane. I think when Caitlin's shoe comes out, it can be a $100 million business. Sneaker insider and author Nick DePaula told Front Office Sports on a recent episode of FOS's Today. It could become a top five signature franchise across basketball. Clark's signature sneaker in part is part of her 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike. Think about that, folks. Now I don't know in this. I'm gonna just be upfront because I don't want to mislead. I don't know if in that statement he's, thinking about including other things that, ancillary stuff that comes off of that shoe and sort of making it a merchandise thing, sort of the way the Air Jordan brand became a thing above and beyond the Nike Air Jordans that came out at first, and if he's kind of lumping all that together. But that is a massive amount of money, folks. That is a massive amount of money. And if Caitlin Clark is smart, or if she has smart people around her, and I hope the contract was set up this way going forward. She got completely ripped off with the 8-year, 28 million, but I hope it is set up or it's renegotiated where it becomes a separate brand that, maybe is under the Nike umbrella, but just like Air Jordan, Caitlin Clark, whatever you want to call it, C2, Baby Goat. I have no idea where they're going with it, but it absolutely should be a spin-off brand of its own that covers a whole lot more than signature shoes. Now, see, here's what I mean about the rewriting history. Clark's debut sneaker is expected to launch in spring 2026, DePaula says, following the typical 2-year development cycle for signature drops. While some had hoped for a speedy release in time for July's WNBA All-Star Weekend in Indiana, DePaula said the brand is taking a long view. They want to get it right. And as you know, if you've been following this channel, if you have, thank you. I've talked about this previous times. That is nonsense. I'm not saying they don't do that with a lot of people, but the example I always give, because it is, maybe the biggest name outside of Jordan, maybe put Kobe in there, in terms of Nike and signature shoes and all that. LeBron James signed with Nike in May of '03 and had his first signature shoe ready to go for his debut game as a rookie in October of '03. Yes, do the math there. That's month 5 of the year, month 10 of the year, signed in month 5, right? I believe it was May when he was going to go pro. I believe that was May of his high school season ending, his high school career ending, and then debuting in the NBA in October. And that's how quickly they got a shoe. And people will tell me, well, now it's different. And that, no, it should be quicker, not slower. It should be quicker. So I think this is nonsense. As we all know, we've talked about it before. You can go on and on and on and look at how basically Nike has been silent on Caitlin Clark, was silent on her whole rookie year. I think they finally did something with that really crappy shirt I could have made in 30 seconds for when she got rookie of the year, but never tweeted anything else out. Right. Once Caitlin got into the WNBA, it was like radio silence from Nike and Nike basketball Twitter account, nothing on there at all. Yet they're constantly, even while they were still in college, constantly posting about Paige and Juju. When Paige got drafted, they had merchandise ready that looked a whole lot nicer than that rookie of the year shirt for Caitlin Clark. Uh, But they've got other stuff coming before that, right? They're teasing you a little bit. Fans will see the new Clark footwear on store shelves with a navy Indiana Fever colorway set to drop this month, a gray pair slotted for the fall. So they're pacing some things out. They're getting you ready. They're getting the Fever fans ready, getting you fired up for the signature shoe. Right now, Clark is wearing Kobe PEs on the court, but anticipation for her signature line is only growing. Her own player edition of the Nike Kobe V Protro, released in Fever colors, sold out within minutes, signaling strong demand even before her signature shoe hits the market. Excuse me, Caitlin Clark showed demand long before she got into the WNBA, and she's shown demand in WNBA repeatedly. Is no one familiar with it? What Wilson has been doing now, Gatorade's done well too, as so is State Farm, but they're like, they're mostly commercials. They're a big brand, and Caitlin is, doing endorsements, which is a little different than what Wilson is doing, which has been actually making basketballs, Caitlin Clark signature basketballs, and selling them, and they keep selling out, and then making more of them and selling out. When I say making more, I'm talking about different basketballs. Wilson has been absolutely phenomenal. Nike has been the opposite of Wilson. So the idea that, oh, these are showing demand, the demand has been there. Everyone's known about the demand. You don't give someone a signature shoe unless there is demand, unless she's named Asia Wilson and she's going to pull, the skin card. Uh, and I don't mean OnlyFans. Anyway, Clark's commercial pull unmatched in today's game, 100%. Before she even stepped on a WNBA court, her Fever jersey had sold out nationwide as Nike took heat for failing to meet demand. Yeah, so there's lesson learned right there. Right? And yet here we are still waiting until 2026 for her signature shoe to drop. Road games, Fever forced teams like the Aces and Mystics, and of course, Renee, y'all ain't like us. By the way, grab that T-shirt. It's one of my best. You ought to really check that out. The Atlanta Dream, of course, would move as well to a larger arena due to overwhelming ticket sales, and prices went up and up and up. So yeah, whenever Caitlin goes, fans and dollars follow. As DePaula put it, I once asked a player what skill they learned in the shoe process over time, and they said patience. For Caitlin Clark, the patience is set to pay off in a very big way. And again, there to me is they're letting you know, yes, Caitlin Clark's going to be huge. We're talking about $100 million business, et cetera, et cetera. And I think this was also put out there to spin a little for Nike to calm everyone down, to soothe the savage beast, aka Caitlin Clark fans, as to why this took so damn long to make happen. It took way, way too long. I don't care. You can drop in the comments about how, oh, it's such a long process and they wanted to get the right in the design and this and that. Again, no. With the technology exists now to be faster than it did when LeBron James got it done in 5 months. They absolutely could have dropped the Caitlin Clark shoe a lot sooner, but they didn't for political reasons or cultural reasons, whatever word you want to use. Asia Wilson was a big part of the reason Caitlin Clark has not had a signature shoe drop yet. Let me know if you agree with that in the comments below. You can disagree as well. I really do appreciate y'all being here. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Go have the day you deserve. Huge holiday weekend coming, and I will talk to you later.